Hi everyone, it's Ronnie here, and I would like to talk to you today about where you're getting your information from for a raw vegan diet and for doing a raw diet. And for many of you, it's not about doing a raw diet, it's about being healthy and hopefully reversing some of your illnesses and conditions, losing weight, feeling better, more spiritual connection. There's like a thousand reasons. Sorry, I felt like I was sitting on something. There's a thousand reasons for why you might want to go raw vegan. But essentially, you still need to know how to actually do the diet. How do you actually do this lifestyle? And I've been doing this for about 6 years in Scotland, which people would think is not the ideal place to do it. And I can see snow out in the mountains out here. I can see mountains from my flat. That's what being in Scotland's like. Anyway, the reason that this came up because or why I was thinking about it is because I've had a number of people over the years who've been really enthusiastic about doing this lifestyle, really interested in it. I meet them and I'm talking to them a little bit, and I'm one of the few people that actually does this. There's a small, unique group of people. It's a club that's open to everyone, but very few people actually want to join the club, right? So I can count on, I don't know, 2 or 3 or 5 hands or whatever. How many people, no, that wouldn't be right, maybe 10, 20 hands. How many people I know legitimately do this long term and know how to do it. And it's actually quite an easy thing, theoretically, but in practice a lot of people fall down. Now, I therefore know from having my experience of being to, I don't know, 6 or 7 Woodstock Fruit Festivals, obviously 5 UK Fruit Fest, the Spanish Festival, Slovenian Festival, Denmark Festival, Forfeit, nearly 20 events, probably more. My meetup groups that I've had, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 meetups over the last 5, 6 years, raw vegan, and a whole bunch of other things. I know when I meet someone, usually I know when I meet someone who's really doing it and someone who probably isn't doing it or isn't doing what they say they're doing. I kind of have a good idea, not intuitively, not through psychic ability, not that, but through speaking to people and hearing their what they say, right? So what they say, what they think, how they approach things, how they act at a meetup, around food. I can sort of pick up things from people. And there was someone a while back that I met, and for example, this is one thing, but they were really doing it. They were really doing raw, 100%, but they were not eating enough. And I've this is kind of rarer than other things, but you do get people who do this. They're doing raw and they're not eating enough, and especially for some reason, some of the young guys I've met. I don't know. I don't know why I don't see it. Maybe some girls as well, but and I would meet these people at festivals and things, and then maybe a while later I'd look on Facebook or somewhere, and they would be really, really skinny, like they've really lost a lot of weight, you know. And I'm thinking, they're doing it, but they're just not eating enough because you you don't tend to get people getting that skinny eating cooked food, right? You don't tend to get that. But people doing juice cleanses and things and restricting calories, not really restricting, not consciously restricting, but just eating what they think is enough. And when I get a hold of these people and try and talk to them and try and make them understand the diet and make them understand that I've been through that phase as well, and I understand that they have to eat more and they have to understand what eating more is, and they have to go past the emotions that they have or the feelings they have telling them that's enough, you know, telling them they've eaten enough. And so when I'm at a festival or a meetup and there's all this fruit out and I see someone and they're barely even picking at the fruit, they're barely eating it, that's a warning, that's a worry to me, right? And it's crazy that people come to these things and don't want to eat. But anyway, my friend Matthew, who's here in Glasgow, me, him, and a few other people, when we have these meetups, we're like eating everything, you know. We're eating. We don't hold back from eating. Matthew's crazy. eating, right? I don't want to make fun of him. He's probably watching this, but I don't mean it in a bad way, but I just mean like when he when it's time to eat, he doesn't hold back from eating, right? And that's how it should be. You should have no hold back from eating fruit and eating healthy foods like that. You should be thinking, this is natural, this is good, this is healthy, right? So when people are kind of like, oh yeah, I've already eaten today or whatever, like that's what I'm at when I'm at a cooked food event, you know. Oh, no, that's okay, I don't want to eat anything, I'm fine, you know, because I don't want to do that. But when I'm at a raw thing, I'm not going to hold back from eating fruit. I'm not going to limit it. And what people are doing is limiting too much. And they start to eat intuitively and all this. People are getting the wrong mentors, and that's a problem. I know that a lot of you are inspired by Robert Morse. He's a person that a lot of people have got into this lifestyle through. He speaks very eloquently on it. He talks about health. He changes people's lives, quite frankly. And he's a great conduit, or whatever you want to call it, for catalyst, for change, for getting people interested in everything. The problem is he has not lived the lifestyle long term. He knows less about living the lifestyle than me. He knows less about living the lifestyle than loads of people that you've never met, never heard of, that actually do it. And that's kind of a problem. He can't really answer questions on that. I don't think he really tells people how to do it long term. I think he tells people what to do in the short term for detoxification or whatever. So I would say that you can't use him as a mentor when you get to that stage where you're saying, right, I want to do this long term. Now you need to find someone who's doing it long term. And ask yourself how many people that are his long term students are doing a fruitarian or raw vegan lifestyle long term. There are some, but there's not, like, probably the most famous student is the Life Regenerator, Dan McDonald. And Dan often talks about like it took him 12 years to go raw or something. Like he was on and off for like 12 years. Dan learned, in my perspective, Dan learned how to go raw when he went to the Woodstock Fruit Festival. He was a teacher at the festival, but he actually learned more at the festival probably than he makes out, because he was actually around the people that were doing it, like Doug Graham and other people that were doing 100% raw all the time. And the trick to it was eating more, just eating enough fruit, eating more fruit, getting past all your addictions and stuff, which is tough. But then once you've done that, eat enough fruit to sustain you, to get enough calories. There is an element of science to it, and because we've all been brought up in a cooked food diet, our body is kind of out of condition for eating enough fruit, in a sense. So we're not really appreciating how the signals of our body work. We don't really understand it anymore. We're looking for hunger here when hunger isn't here anymore. You know, we think, well, I'm not hungry, so I'm not going to eat. But that's not what hunger is. Hunger isn't the pain here. Hunger is more of a, and some people say true hunger's here. No, hunger's not here. Hunger's not here. Hunger is actually just, if you want to eat, then eat. That's all it really is. If you feel like eating something, that's hunger. If you're thinking about eating something, that's hunger. You always have permission to eat. You don't have to wait for hunger or true hunger or anything. You always have permission as long as it's what you want to do. It's very simple. And what you can do is you get so obsessed with something, or you do some exercise and you get into a phase where you've not eaten for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, and you're getting obsessed with something, you forget about eating. Then hunger will show up more powerfully because your performance will start to go down. You're not thinking as clearly. You can't process information. You're getting angry. You're getting frustrated. That's a sign that you need to eat, right? So these are things. But another big sign that you need to eat is if you're losing weight and losing weight and losing weight and losing weight. You need to eat. And you need to be at a healthy weight to be healthy. And you can do that and sustain that on fruit. And a lot of people don't believe that, but you absolutely can. And a lot of people that are ex-vegans, ex-raw vegans, ex-fruitarians, I wasted away in that diet. They say that all the time. I wasted away in that diet. I did it. No, not in your tradition. You didn't eat enough. You did not eat enough. So beware of false teachers, false prophets. Beware of people that didn't eat enough. We've met them. That's why we're not worried. When I see these ex-vegan videos, I've met some of those people. I know who some of those people are. I've been listening to these ex-vegans since 2011, 2012. I've heard people talking about that stuff. Going to a meetup. This happened in Thailand years ago. Going to a meetup. Fruit. All of us were loving the fruit. We're eating loads of fruit. A whole bunch of us. Then there's this one guy not touching anything. Tiny little lychee or something here and there. Right? When I come back from Thailand, and he definitely wasn't, he didn't look like he was raw, I don't know, but anyway, I come back from Thailand and he's posting all this stuff on Facebook about fruitarian diet's wrong and bad and this, and he keeps going, and I'm like, you weren't doing it. You weren't doing what we were doing. You weren't eating enough. So, I've seen all these things for years. I don't care about ex-vegans. I know you weren't doing the diet right, even though you say I was doing it by the book. I never saw you do it. So, that's my perspective. No, people are not all different. No, people don't all need a different diet. That's silly. That's wrong. There's the best diet, and then there's different gradations of diet. And the best diet for me is raw vegan diet. If you want a real mentor to help you with this, I can offer help and advice with my programs. I do some coaching programs, mentorship programs. They are long-term programs. So if you want more information, you can click on the link below. But beware of people who are teaching you that haven't done it, and beware of people that are telling you shouldn't do it who never did it in the first place. You know, that's why you need to get around the right people and get the right information. It's the same with anything in life. If you want to be successful at something and accomplish it, you've got to get the right information, you've got to get it from the right people. And then you've got to try again and again and practice until you get it right. And then eventually, once you've got it right and once you've got into a pattern of doing it, then it becomes natural, and then it's just part of your life and you can benefit from it for the rest of your life. So thanks a lot for watching the video, share it and everything, and we'll see you in the next one.